We have to change from doubter to believer.
Hello everyone, welcome to DTBTV. So as you're hearing, as it's all filtering through after Chelsea's bus stopping the bus en route to the ground, basically everything seems to be collapsing with the Super League, which is massive news for us. And sorry, I've had just some problems with the comments coming through and that, but hopefully it starts working now, because this wasn't planned. It wasn't like you know, I basically just went, I've got to go live for this, it's so big. I'd love to see your comments coming through, so can you just comment straight away if it's coming, if you know, if it's working, please. Just waiting for the first comment. Right, does it work on my PC? I can check on my phone and I can just read the comments. Like I say, I'll just check on my phone for the comments if it's not working on my PC. Just give me 2 seconds. Right. Yes, Neil. So yeah, I can see your yes, Neil. I just don't know why it's not working on the PC. Anyway, I'll have to just read on my phone as we're going through. So anyway, so yeah, brilliant news about the collapsing of the Super League. I've got Sky Sports on just on in my corner, so I'm going to read the comments and speak to you as we go. So evening, Jay. How you doing? Oh, that helps, doesn't it, when I turn the sound on? Jesus. Evening, Jarrett. Yeah, the U-turn market is true by the looks of it. What's happened is Chelsea's boss has tried to get in, and a few of our comments on our group actually said that yesterday. Stop the bus. But it's just affecting the players. It's so frustrating now, because if you think about it, no one was bothered about that Leeds result last night. If we don't get in the Champions League, say if we miss out on the Champions League by a point or 2 points, that Leeds game would have been totally different yesterday if we didn't have all this crap going on. And I will say this. There's no coming back from it for FSG now, and everybody on this group knows basically that I've always backed them up. 2 seconds. I've always backed them up. I was talking to Craig about it yesterday. You know, I don't basically really buy from the club shop anymore because of the price of the club, the trackers, the jumpers. You know, it's just. But I accepted that based on the fact the club was making profits, based on the fact that you know, we were winning trophies, and I accepted it. You know, because it ain't all about that, is it? But then now there's no coming back from this. They're never going to get away with this now. So basically now we're going to have to sell the club, because no one's going to forgive them for this, or it's going to take years to forgive them for it. Maybe a few trophies, maybe massive transfer spending now. FSG are going to have to buy their way out of this. There's no way Liverpool fans are going to forgive them. It's 99.9%. No, in fact, it's not probably 99%, because there's a lot of people that were in that 14% like Sky used that were game for this Super League. And to be honest with you, there were probably no disrespect, and they're probably mostly American and foreign supporters that don't, like Alan Smith just said on Sky Sports News, don't understand European, especially British football tribalism supporting culture. And I'm fuming, because I was prepared to disown my football club over it. And everyone knows I support AFC Liverpool as well, which is created for an affordable football club to be run based on American and foreign ownership, doing exactly what they're doing now. So I would have just gone, right, everything out of this room, get that given away, and I'd have just followed AFC, which I will do anyway, but you know what I mean, solely for the rest of my life. So I was prepared to give up my football club if they'd have joined that Super League, and DTBTV as well would have been finished. I wasn't bothered, because at the end of the day, I have always stuck up for the values of this country and also British football, because this is why I get annoyed when we throw the FA Cup every year. I get annoyed when we throw the League Cup every year, because at the end of the day, we all grew up wanting to be a footballer or supporter, and our days to Wembley or our days to, you know, to anywhere, you know, was a dream. When I was a kid and I was a footballer, I always dreamed of playing at Wembley or playing in the European Cup final. So I'm not going to throw away what I've believed since the minute I came out my mother, right, for no Yank and no American or no foreign or Dubai royal family or no Russian gangster for anybody. And I'm sure you all agree. I'm just going to read some comments through. Right. Hello Joy, hello Jay Craig, hello Kim Boy, hello Tommy Kavanagh, mate. How you doing, Risa? My old mate Tommy Kavanagh, who looks a double of John Honor. Risa, how you doing, mate? All right, Andrew Lewis. Evening, Jerry Duncan. All right, Mark. FSG out, Marty Chappell, Craig Carragher, the comments are working, just not coming from a PC. Yeah, well, I knew that. Have they pulled out? Yeah, it's collapsing like a deck of cards. I've got LCTV on now, waiting for Liverpool to pull out. So it's annoying that Liverpool. John W. Henry apparently making a statement at 8. So 8 p.m. is apparently when a statement is coming through about us pulling out. And do you know what? I couldn't be arsed. I'm not even bothered about the statement. As long as it says we're at the end, we're out, I'm not bothered. I don't hear your bullshit. I don't want to hear all your rubbish about, oh, well, it was for the good of Liverpool. No, it fucking wasn't. It's for the good of your pockets. It was the good of them bastards that want to set up a franchise football team. Well, if you want to do that, go and buy fucking New York or Boston Red Sox. Tell you, why don't you turn the Boston Red Sox into Boston Red Sox Football Club? Piss about with them in the fucking 10 Division League and sell your popcorn and all that shit. Because you're not doing it to Liverpool. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. I thought FG were doing a decent job till this. So did I. So did everybody. I stuck up for the fact we were winning European Cups and Premier League titles. I stood up for the fact that John W. Henry used to stand outside Klopp's changing room. And do you know what? I actually think that Klopp was devastated yesterday because he probably thought he always sticks up for the owners. He says, oh, we've got such a good working relationship we have. And I can imagine him and John, you've seen the pictures of him and John W. Henry having dinner in his beautiful house in America and all that. How can you make a decision as big as this without consulting the manager that has given you everything to make Liverpool the brand you are now? Because without Klopp's management, the success wouldn't have got to the roof where you'd have been even in the Champions League anyway. So I'm worried about Klopp because he said yesterday, he said, I'm staying until we sort this. But how can he walk into a room with John W. Henry again and look at him in the same way? He can't. We can't look at him. He's not welcome back at Anfield again. He won't get in here. He won't get in. And I'll tell you something now, I'm worried about the reputation that we're going to have now as a football club. Because, do you know what pissed me off as well yesterday? Nobody knew that our team bus was attacked on its way into Leeds' stadium. Oh, why is that? Because it's not Liverpool fans. What a surprise. Yeah, a couple of bottles get thrown at a bus out here by two little teenage idiots down at the bottom of my house. And straight away, that's us all tarnished. So it does my head in about that as well. And one thing I'm going to say is, I worry about the aftermath of this now. I won't be surprised now if we get, when the fans are back, booed ferociously. The 6 teams that did this, right, at every away ground now going, we're going to be hated. But I tell you something now, I'm proud of every football supporter and pundit. Do you know everyone's hammering Gary Neville yesterday? I agreed with 95% of what he said, because he's right. They're leeches and they're people. I used to be able to go in that club shop, buy myself a tracksuit for about, what, 40, 50 quid. And now £180 for a full Liverpool tracksuit. If you ask anybody that used to go to games with me, I used to always wear the stadium coat in the winter going to Anfield, because it used to be about 40, 50 quid. They're now £190, £200. You know, it is a disgrace the amount of money it is now to watch football. It is. It's an absolute joke, and that's why I said it a few months before that I was probably going to be seen more at Marines Ground watching AFC than I would be at Anfield, because unfortunately we've already been priced out of football, and then this was just the be all and end all. And as you can imagine, I have been, but honestly, I generally thought that after a really good weekend in Scotland, I'd come back and I was having what they call tremors, like when you're like, ooh, and you're having these bad dreams. I thought, this has got to be a bad dream, Neil. You must have woke up, put Sky Sports News on, and they're all on about me. I actually cannot believe that they even attempted this. So anyway, my rant's nearly over. I'm just going to go through some more comments. 31 years supporting the Reds, and they come up with this. All right, Laura Murray. All right, George Davis. Man City defo backed out now. Well, Man City, the fact that they were involved in it anyway, like Gary Neville said, they should have been the first to pull out because they don't need the bloody money. Pep Guardiola just said earlier that they've not laid off one member of staff since this pandemic. Well, they don't need to. I was laid off in October. I started this pandemic working at Anfield and I finished it at pissing B&M, but I still kept on going. Right? And the fact is, what's done my head in is these don't care about the fact that there's food banks across the road from where I live right now. They're just wanting all the money, all the money, all the money. Can you imagine the Super League? I was talking to Craig about it yesterday. It'd have probably had this really, really daft music, like boom, boom, boom. And then if you watch the Super League in America, they've had probably singers on at half time and dancers and all this crap that we hate in Europe, making it the most cheesiest, franchised crap going. Probably adverts. Can you imagine like an advert 20 minutes in between the match for like 10 seconds saying, "Ooh, here we are." It would have been absolute crap. And I'm glad it's gone. So, yeah. So I'll keep you all informed. I'll just read some more comments. Smart. After this fiasco, I want FG out. Yeah, just reading Violet, right? Keith Peters. All right, Jason Maguire. The repercussions, Jason. I don't think there'll be any repercussions because they never went through with it. There was an intention. Now you can't get. Listen, it's like if I intended to go out there and punch this lad cross in my house now. There is a lad cross in my house. If I intended to go out there and punch him now, but never went through with it, I can't get arrested for assault. Do you get what I mean? I was thinking about doing it, but I never did it, right? So I don't think there'll be any repercussions at all, right? I think UEFA will breathe a big sigh of relief. I think FIFA will do the same. I think they'll all meet together, they'll all apologise, they'll all have expensive drinks and expensive venues, while us went through fucking hell again after the pandemic that was still mids. These ain't living in the places we're having to live in. You know, it's all this crap about old gyms and all that being closed. They've got gyms in their fucking houses. Or we can't go for a swimming pool. They've got fucking swimming pools in their houses. Or we can't go to the cinema. They've got fucking cinemas in their houses. They ain't been on fucking lockdown for 12 months. We have. And then they come up with this shit. So I'm telling you something now. I am fucking buzzing that this is folded through. And I'll tell you something now. One thing I'll never, ever, ever follow top level football the way I used to years ago. I'll do my best to bring Anfield and Liverpool to, or whatever, to live, because I'm always going to be a Liverpool fan. I've been since the minute I knew football. But one thing is for certain now, and I said this, you will see me more in non-league football at AFC matches than you will see me at Anfield, because do you know what? Whilst them owners are there, and whilst the prices are still the same to get in, and whilst the prices are still the same to get in the club shop for clothing, I'm sorry, but I've got 4 kids and I haven't got much money myself, so I can't go to it. And do you know what pisses me off the most? They capped Premier League away tickets at £30. Why can't they cap Premier League and Champions League tickets at £30? It shouldn't be as expensive as it is. It's absolute joke. And it just goes to show you that we are ants. We are insignificant. Like they wanted, what was it, a legacy football fan. They don't want a council estate Liverpool fan that's grew up with 50, 60 years of history of his granddad going, his dad going, his auntie going, his nan going. They don't want you. They want little day trippers, little people that fly over, come in and go, "Ooh, here we go, club shop, let's spend £1,000. Ooh, here we go, 1 game, see you later, I'll be back next year." Right? They don't want, you know, I told you about the time I went to every game in the Europa League, every single game when Klopp first joined against Kazan, Sion, all the group games. Then I went to Dortmund, I went to you know, the whole run to the Europa League final. I then went to Hoffenheim when we qualified for the Champions League. Then I went to all the group games of the Champions League, and when it came to Man City in the knockout stage, I went to buy my ticket and I couldn't buy one. And do you know why? Because the big wigs decided to take a bigger allocation. They took the full 3,000 allocation based on the fact that the game was an absolute belter. So the fan that had not missed a pissing game during all of them times got priced out by people that have that. And that is why elite football is all about the money. So thank God the Super League's gone, because do you know what? I want the locals and the real people all over the world that come into that ground every week that was against this decision back in that stadium coming in the coming games. So that's my rant over. It was spurring a moment because I was worried. I generally did think that this was the end of it. And yeah, I'm really happy, and enjoy your day. I'm going to watch the Chelsea game. It's just kicking off now. Well done, Chelsea fans, and let's hope this falls like a deck of cards now.